I, I agree with you that government actions have lowered our productivity, so we're not debating that. But I would put to you that you and your members have a beam in your own eye, and it's a very serious beam. Let me give you 4 examples where corporations have, I think, let the country down, let their shareholders down, and deteriorated our productivity. The first, of course, are these agreements that the big builders are doing with the unions, which increases the price of commercial building. We've had the state governments have had to come in to try and stop them doing this. And one of the builders, Lend-Lease, has been banned by the Victorian government, and obviously others will follow in the other states. We've seen in WA the CEOs delegate industrial relations to the local Chamber of Commerce with huge implications, billions of dollars of costs to their own project. We've seen...
Tony, to answer that one first.
No, these are all facts. There's nothing to answer. It's how you handle this. We could go on to the PwC report, which shows the problems in the mining industry. We can go to Curtis Island, what's happened there. What we're seeing is a series of corporate situations that have deteriorated Australia's productivity. How do you handle that?
Okay. Well, there's a number of ways of answering that, Bob, and I'll run through each of them. In terms of industrial relations, I mean, obviously the building industry works within the industrial framework we have. And I think the removal of the powers of the ABCC has had a big impact on the capacity of the construction industry to control its own workforce and to negotiate and implement greenfield agreements. So they're obviously got to look after their own shareholders and their own skins, but if the industrial framework is not appropriate, then you will get these results. In terms of the performance of business overall in delivering major projects, this is a major concern for the Business Council. It is something we will deal with when we come out with our detailed plan. In fact, we have a special task force, which I chair, that's looking into this. It's not all industrial relations, I agree, absolutely. There are a number of other factors that impact on Australia in terms of being a high-cost producer of major projects. They do include project management and skills, they do include infrastructure and remoteness, and they certainly do include government processes. So we don't lay the blame at the door of the trade union movement, far from it. But we are in fact doing a detailed review of this at the moment. It was originally going to be something COAG did, but they couldn't reach agreement on the terms of reference or what have you, so we've decided to fill that vacuum. But in the end, Bob, if we do it wrong, we pay. Our shareholders pay, we pay. So we have a constant pressure to improve productivity and delivery. If the government does it wrong, what happens? You know, the country then is saddled with that poor decision making for a long term.
Will you isolate the fact that, of course you'll isolate the government decisions and situations like that, but will you in your report isolate the fact that CEOs have made mistakes too?
Oh, absolutely. And in business, as we all know, they pay. They pay. In the modern era, Bob, there is no doubt, CEO there's not a lot of forbearance or forgiveness.
Do you think we need a CEO school to improve the management of our...
We do have a CEO school, it's called The Market.